Hello, Nanette here. I want to talk about something. I want to talk about books. Well, not books per se. We are going to get into it and talk about books and everything, but I want to talk about movies that are made about books. When is it okay to make a story that is nothing like what the book was and still like it? When is it not? And as somebody that reads books and watches movies and sees the difference and everything, and sometimes I'm like, I don't like this, and other times I'm like, oh, I really like this. Like, great example. Um, Sorry, this is gonna be spoilers, but um, in Cookie Stackhouse novels, in the second one, the writer kills off Lafayette in the second book. But if you've seen True Blood, you know that that doesn't happen. Well, I like the books. I do. I have all of them. There's more books than there is seasons of the TV show. But they went in different directions and everything, and I don't mind it. Um, there were things I liked about the books, and there were things I'm like, okay, don't like so much. Like the character development in some of them wasn't as great. I mean, like season two, the main Nat and the story and everything, and the whole ending didn't really satisfy me as much as the TV show True Blood did. And other seasons, I didn't like the seasons of the TV shows, some of the episodes and what happens in them, and I like the books more. Um, you will have that, I think. Now, that being said, there are some times when I'm like, I don't like you and you can't make me. Like, I'm a big fan of the Vampire Academy, the book. I like the spinoff too. I'm really a fan of Rochelle Mead's stories. She's got stories that are like other stories, but for the most part, they're not. I mean, they have characters in them that you see in other stories, but when I went looking and I put in books similar to this by Rochelle Mead, and they couldn't tell me anything that was similar to it. It's a different book too. Um, I wish they would make it into a movie, but there's a few things that I wish they'd make into movies, but they won't do it. Like Anita Blake Vampire Hunt. And now that I can understand why they will never make that into a series. Let's just say, not the first one. Let's just say that it is rated X material, and I'm serious. Not NC-17, full out rated X. Me, your granny blush kind of stories, and I'm turning red now. With that being said, it ain't bad. The stories in it, a lot of sex in it, but there's a plot behind it. Man in my mouth. Oh, but anyway, okay, another one they made into a movie, and I'm like, nope, I don't like it. It's horrible. That would be Bag of Bones. And give you some other examples, and we go on Stephen King again. A lot of his stories don't get go nowhere near telling the story of the books. They've never made a good adaptation to the whole story of it. I'm serious. Now, there's parts in it that need to be cut out, and I understand that part. But they couldn't show all the guys having intercourse with bats. They were teenagers. That's a no-no. uh, but yeah. Even if they got adults to play the characters, they couldn't do it because they're supposed to be teenagers. That I get. That's not something you should put in there. It. But with that being said, you can always put some of the stuff into the storyline. I mean, there's a lot of things that's in the storyline that is acceptable to be put into the movie that they never done. Same goes for The Stand. Of course, I understand part of that reason as to why they don't put the whole book of The Stand together. That book is over, it's 1,200 pages. Adapting the whole thing would be monumental. I mean, they'd have to do it like Lord of the Rings or something. You think they could? I mean, they've both times they've done it. It has been adapted into movies in the platform of the TV series and everything. But they haven't. They're supposed to be making a made for theater experience of The Stand, and I'll probably go see it. I don't care what I have to do. If they actually make that, you better believe that is my favorite movie ever adapted of Stephen King stuff. So yeah, I'm watching it closely, and I want to see how they do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know that they can do it any better than they've already done it. I mean, I had a few gripes about the original one. We won't get into that here. I had a few gripes about the remake, but the things that I liked about the original weren't in the remake, and the things that I didn't like about the original, they addressed it in the remake. And I think they did a really good job. I mean, I don't know the girl. I've never met her. I am going to go through it. I've never seen her in anything. But the girl that played Fran Goldsmith, she took the essence of that story from the book and brought it to life. a hell of a lot better than Molly Ringwald did. I'm sorry to fans of Molly Ringwald for that movie. She did great when she was a teenager and was in them movies that was John Hughes, but not in the sea. She also did a lot of great TV shows like Riverdale. I liked her character on that for the most part. But and there's something else she was in as an adult, and I can't remember what it was I seen her in. But I did not, for some reason, like her in. Of course, I think I know why. They changed her age in the story to make it be like more conducive to so that what's his name could be with her. They never said her age, but she did not look like no teenager. Now this girl did. Now, whether you like it or not, that role was for a teenager, and she, that's Daddy. I think Daddy was her favorite, so she picked guys that are older. And another thing that I liked about the remake is what's his name? He he played an asshole in the original, and he wanted everybody to die. Harold, that's it. In the remake, he did not do that. He played it like he wanted everybody to die, but he tried to prevent Fran from going. And in the storyline, that's how it worked. He, you feel a little bad for him in the remake. In the original one, you do not care that he got hurt and died. At least I didn't. But he had no reason in either one of the storylines. And he did it because of what people from his past did. And he got in his that these people would do the same thing. But the only person that knew him from his past was Fran, and she didn't bring it up in the remake. Because you didn't feel bad for Fran and everything either, because she was. That's why I didn't like her. She only cared about herself and nobody else. And in the remake, they didn't show her to be like that. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him to go. I don't want him to leave me. Everybody takes that stuff. You don't show your ass and I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have minded so much. I'm thinking about a show that I've been watching that I watched when I was a kid, and one of the people in there was kind of selfish and told how she felt and everything, and that was Katie Holmes' character, Joey, on Dawson's Creek, and I don't think she's bad. I understand her better than I do. Um, that's just me. I'm not sure what else to say. I mean, I'm talking and talking and talking, and nobody's saying anything. So I'm gonna get off here. I gotta go anyway. I gotta get my groceries. Jack is uffy for me to go get them. Well, thank you for watching, and let me know your take on any of this stuff or other books and stuff that you see. And I could talk about more. I mean, oh, okay. Actually, I am going to. Yeah, there's another. Now the store, like Interview the Vampire. They change things in it. Um, in both of them, TV show and the movie. They changed who the characters are and everything, and they um they change the story around. They make it different. They have all this different stuff and everything, and see they did it in the TV story, but they took and changed the character of Louis and Claudine. They also, in the original the movie, they changed why Louis was upset and wanted to die. I like all three storylines. Now, it's a dumpster fire of a movie, and people are going to probably fuss at me, but I like The Queen of the Damned. The reason it's a dumpster fire is they crammed like 10 minutes of 10 pages of the Vampire Lestat and maybe 40 pages of Queen of the Damned into Queen of the Damned movie to make that, which it's kind of hard to follow, but I still like it. I like the music. I like the attitude. I like the ways. But I want to see Louis. I mean the Vampire was that, and they are actually going to be doing it. And the guy that's playing was that can actually sing, which I'm very happy about. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very happy about it. But I really can't think of any more stories. Well, there are a few, but I'm not going to get into them because they're Christmas books and everything and cartoons. I will say this: most stories that are cartoons, they add more onto them than the actual book to make it full length feature film. But they make them little books, and they could possibly be longer in real life, and They have the rights to them. Some of them they don't, because I've talked about being short. But they have the rights to do whatever they want with them and everything. And most of the stories that we have that are children's stories are German, Russian, French, and Poland, and places like that. And they were adapted to English, and they're not American. They're not English speaking books that were turned into it. But yeah, um, I'm gonna go. Well, remember, be the person you're meant to be, not the one that ever. But chime in if you're a reader that watches movies too. Bye.